So how do you think we should structure this? Should we do it where I come in as a lender with my portion, or does it make sense for us to start an LLC for a tax advantage, planning to move forward and do more of these? The drawbacks for me in both would be this. I think being a lender would be easy, but it's one and done, right? And that's cool. The other part is I don't think there's any tax advantage if I'm coming in as a lender versus possibly being on the LLC and then being able to keep more of the income than I would be if I was just the lender on it and receiving that as a payoff for a loan, right? So I'm not sure it could be huge. I'm not an accountant, so I don't know. It could be. It might be negligible. It might be a few thousand. It might be 10,000. I don't know that, but something to think about. But it's also a pain in the ass because if we start an LLC, then we got to get out, start a bank account, do an operating agreement, get an EIN, all the things, and that's just like brain damage. And I think that ultimately, if we do more of these, we definitely need that. But it might just make sense for it to be expeditious to just do a deed of trust, and I'll write you a check.
I think that for this one, that makes sense to get it going, and absolutely, in the meantime, create that LLC if that's what we plan on doing, or again, brainstorm and see what the best avenue of moving forward would be for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
I was looking at your cost sheets, and they're pretty good. You get some decent pricing. Looks like you've been at about $135 a square foot, all in, which is in line, and pretty good. I would imagine that the material choices in some of them, it would be at the lower end, right? Which is fine. There's a couple places I'd like to spend a little bit more money.
Right.
First and foremost, for flooring, I was wondering if you'd be okay if we elevated from $1 a square foot for the material choice to $2 a square foot for the material choice, and if we did one bathroom. So the master or the primary bathroom, if we tiled that rather than did tub surround. I think that, of course, flooring will go up by $1,200 because of that. Labor should be the same. But the material cost would be up by $1,200, and the bathroom, because you're going to have material and labor increase there because the tub surround is easy to install and tiling is going to be whatever it is.
My contractor typically keeps the labor price out because it absorbs the cost of the surround that he would pay for.
In that case, I think you can typically get a shower done $500.
Yeah, it's about $650 in material.
Yep. So if you're in agreement to that, I'd like to just elevate those material choices just a little bit. And I think that if we do that, we'll be able to maximize the ROI. And then at the end, I've got like 2 storage units worth of staging furniture. And we stage incredibly. I'm willing to donate that into our cause, and I think the only cost would be to pay the guys to put it in a truck and set it up. But I think if we elevated the material choice just a little bit, and we staged, and I had professional photos done, my thought is we're going to sell this house for $20,000 more than what the comps think we can sell this house for at the time. So if the comps show us $380, I'm gonna get us $4. Comps show us $4, I'm gonna get us $420.
It's what I think in my head already. I tell myself all the time. So I'm glad that you're on the same page with that because I agree. And I did one of them where I did just the master tiled, and I think it was a great idea. So I play with it. I've done a little bit different on each one to kind of feel what the best is for each situation. Also, each neighborhood is a little bit different, so it depends on where we're building.
Okay. So it looks to me like the total cost of construction is going to be roughly $235, including the land. Is that what you calculated?
Yeah, actually 246 was my rough. There were a couple things that I left out, like a soil report that is in the engineering. If there was ever a structure there before, I didn't do that. Background check to see, because I have to go on the maps and see if anything's ever been there. If so, then we have to do a soil report, which is like can be $1,200 to $1,800. So it's a little bit more in cost.
Could anything come up on the soil report that could hurt us?
The only thing I've come across is it not being compacted enough. So we had to add dirt and then recompact. So that was a cost I came across. I think I paid $800 more to have it compacted and then do a recompaction test. But that was on 1 out of the 6 that I did. So it just depends. Also, the city is they're not consistent in reviewers or reviewing. So things get missed on some, don't get missed on some. You know, you never know what you're gonna get.
Well, I like it. I think I'm 100% in. You're 100% in.
Absolutely, 100% in.
Got a deal. Let's build a house.
Let's build a house.
Woo!